doing?
Ryanair's business model requires the airplanes spend as little time on the ground as possible. Airplanes only make money, of course, when they're up flying in the air.
These are nice,
So
aren't they?
Ryanair, you often see Ryanair crews taxiing a little bit faster because they actually have limited time on the ground that the airplanes
What are you doing?
clean
What's that here?
the new old passengers off and the new ones on.
You can't just sit still, can you?
First of all, they don't have seat pockets on Ryanair. Because the seat pockets have to be checked during the turnaround. If you haven't got them, it's something less to worry about. Also, you don't have to think about food carrying magazines and all that sort of paraphernalia up to about 35,000 feet. And people leaving their mobile phones in their seat pockets and stuff like that. Aircraft from Spain is not just things like there on the front, it's Boeing, and it's from Barcelona to the A320 Neo.
What are you doing to the sandwich? Do you eat it or not? Sebastian, you're gonna hurt yourself. You're pushing off on Daddy for no reason. Sit still. Do you wanna go and play with him? He's not, he's sitting down still.
Set me on my boot now.
From Murcia in southern Spain. Murcia is to the west of Alicante, it's inland, and it's an airport opened a few years ago. It was built many years ago and was never opened due to lack of demand. Opened recently, replaced the old Murcia airport that was military stroke civil on the coast. And this aircraft is an AC-20 Flight 2038. Just looking at the sort of flights Mercia has, today it's dominated by flights to the UK. Ryanair and EasyJet flights, there was a flight to Bournemouth with Ryanair this morning. 2 EasyJet flights, one to Manchester, which we've just seen taxiing past, one to London Gatwick, then Ryanair flights to Prestwick, Stansted. There's a flight inbound live now into Manchester with Ryanair, one to East Midlands, and the only foreign operator is Enter, which has a 737 flight to Prague. So the EasyJet on the south side has got its tail onto us, that's on its way to Cos. EasyJet's going to do this, they have slot times which is sometime in the future. And if the aircraft and passengers are all loaded and ready, they'll push the aeroplane back and vacate the stand, which frees it up for an incoming aeroplane. And they'll go and sit at the end of the departure runway there, the engine's running, or sometimes it's rain because we'll turn the engines off. That one I think is still got the engines running. So there's 3 stands they often do that. That's the left-hand one is the one that you see in use there. And there are 2 other links to the side, to the right-hand side of that, between where the aeroplane is and the radar head. And they'll go and sit there, and you often get 3 EasyJets just waiting for the slot times to come up. And as soon as they get an improvement in the slot time, they start the engines to take off. Just touched down, Ryanair flight 4028, one of our locally based 737-800s from Alicante. Alicante is always in the top 10 routes out of Manchester, obviously on the Spanish Iberian coast. Alicante, fairly similar to Manchester Airport in a way, it's just has the one runway, but same length as Manchester, 3,000 metres, and it has about 200 departures a day, so 400 movements a day, a bit quieter than Manchester. Manchester is about 600. The busiest route out to Alicante isn't surprising, it's one of the UK routes, Alicante to London Gatwick, and 57 flights a week between Alicante and London Gatwick. Other difference between Alicante and Manchester, it's 15 degrees here in Manchester and it's 30 degrees in Alicante. Down to the right, max 200 inbound from Faro, Portugal. The Virgin A330 taxiing out is doing the flight which previously is operated by Atlanta, by Delta Airways, Atlanta Hartsfield, which is one of the busiest airports in the world, if not the busiest. And that 3300, all their aeroplanes have names. That one is actually called Diamond Go, and registration GB Gen, Golf Mike, always tied in with the the aeroplane.
You can tell it's summer with all the Spanish flights arriving back. The EasyJet that has just landed is their flight 2020 from Palma to Mallorca. It's an A320 Neo, and looking at Palma Airport, which we looked recently at Alicante and Murcia, Palma is a very busy airport in the summer. Just looking at some of the stats, it's about 800 movements a day, which is probably about 20% busier than Manchester. Most of the A320 737 holiday flights rather than long-haul flights. And the busiest route out of Palma is the hop across the Mediterranean to Barcelona. But again, lots of popular routes to lots of UK airports in the summer for Mallorca and Manchester. Even in the winter, Palma's always in the top 10 destinations.
Racist of you.
Just vacating the runway, jet 2737, the local flight, again coming from the Mediterranean, well not the Mediterranean area, but the Atlantic coast of Portugal. Has come from Porto. Foro's the big busy holiday destination in Portugal, and Lisbon's obviously the capital with lots of scheduled flights. The second holiday destination is Porto, and again, looking at the stats for Porto, it has about 200-300 movements a day. The busiest route is to Paris. Looking at the temperatures, Porto not too warmer than Manchester. Porto at the moment is 19 degrees Celsius.
Right, we'll see the largest model Airbus which is still in production. We'll see a version one later on, but this is the Airbus A350-1000 series operated by Qatar Airways, and it's inbound from Doha. A380, but of course the A380 is no longer in production, so this is the largest model of Airbus you can buy at the moment.
And a bit about Doha Airport. Doha is obviously dominated by Qatar. It's their hub, and Qatar is the airport of Doha Airport. Similar to Manchester, two parallel runways and lots of long-haul flights there. They have about 700, 800 flights a day, and the busiest route's actually just down the Arabian coast to Dubai, and that's 7 flights a day, a week between Dubai and Doha.
Pick me up. Okay. Can you sit here and watch this? Go on then, show me, mate.
Level,
Touching down is another Palmer flight, this time low-cost carrier Jet 2. It's their flight 1776 by UL-77. Jet 2, which a lot of you have flown by them, expanded massively since they were founded, started operations in 2003. Based at Leeds, but they have I think about 11 bases now throughout the UK. Stansted is probably their busiest. I always used to think it was Manchester, but Stansted and Manchester are their two busier units. Have quite a big base at other airfields, also including Alicante abroad. Total of 127 aircraft in their fleet. Most of them Boeing 737s, 105 or 737s. They are being replaced by the new Airbus A321s over the next few years. And they have a couple of AC-30s as well that are part of their tank facility. We'll talk about those later because both of those extra and we will see those later.
On the south side, taking out to Ryanair, is actually operated by Malta Air, one of the Ryanair subsidiaries, and that's on its way out to Madrid. I mentioned we see the Virgin A350, there it is, appeared after the other one disappeared. that's operating the Virgin Flight 85 from Manchester to Las Vegas. That's a decision 51,000. The aeroplane has a name, it's Lady Emily, and that's named after Emily Pankhurst. And the registration title is GV Live as a liberation. And if you want to know more about the Virgin names, they actually have a website. You can tap into VG-Regional, whiskey, and Virgin behind it. There's a whole page about the names of the aeroplanes, list them all, that's behind them.
Just vacating the runway, 737, 16 years of age, Turkish low-cost carrier called Corridon Airlines. They were formed in 2005. Their main base is Antalya. That's where this aircraft has come from. Total, they've got in their fleet 17 aircraft, most of them older 737s, and they've got a couple of even older A320s.
Due west of the airfield, that's the direction where the aviation shop sign is, that's direction due west. You can see that shower approaching, quite a big one, so just over Warrington at the moment. And there's a line of them behind that, all trundling towards us, so we'll get little bursts of quantity rain just for a short period of time.
Just touching down is Scotland's airline, Loganair. It's actually the oldest airline in terms of the habits with the same name. It was formed in 1962 in Glasgow, still based in Glasgow. Serves a lot of Scottish routes, but also a lot of UK domestic routes, particularly after Flybe went out of business. This aircraft is an ATR 72. Just operated Loganair Flight 25 from Aberdeen, and if you look on the south side there is an outbound Loganair flight, different aircraft type, it's an Embraer 145 that is on its way, in fact that is outbound to Aberdeen as opposed to the ATR that's inbound. Loganair total fleet of 35 aircraft, the average age is 21 years old, so they are quite old. Dominated by the ATR, you see vacating runway, they've got 18 of those. They've got 10 of the Embraer 145, you see south side. But they also, for the Highlands and Island airports, they've got 2 British Norman Islanders. Famous aircraft that goes that famous route to the beach at Barra. In conjunction to the 2 Islanders, they've got 3 twin otters again, used on the internal Scottish route. The average age of the 2 Islanders is 41 years of age, so been around quite a while.
arriving quite noisily there. There's a 737-800 Pegasus. And this again is from the secondary airport of Istanbul, civil jetting.
What ice cream is that?
And just out of interest, we're just monitoring traffic and the tower controller, and there's a Jet 2 A321 from Ibiza just overhead Heel Green, so about a mile final. He's noted the weather to the north-west of the airfield, and with the two runways, if aircraft go around 2-3 right, they do an immediate right turn to keep clear of 2-3 left departures. And he's asked, can he go, in the event of missed approach, can he go runway heading, which would keep him clear of the storms or the cloud to the northwest. So nothing will depart until that aircraft's on the ground. If it did go around, it'd go runway heading, it potentially would get close to a departure of 2-3 left.
Assuming it was soaring off. Rapper. Right. Sit there. Get your drink. Oh, look at that one.
The airplane. That's just landed.
Package Airways, you can trust him.
Across the runway, it's returning nice
Yeah.
and there.
I don't know what to do with this sandwich.
I'd keep it, but maybe put it
Icing there
inside the
comes
bag.
in a little bit similar to Ryanair, with a billboard titling on the side there.
Yeah.
But icing there, having about 6 or 7 different colours.
There's crisper in there.
The fin of the aeroplane, so it's a turquoise one, magenta one, yellow one, blue one, and the colours as well. A small fleet of aeroplanes, about 47 aircraft in the fleet. So not a very big airline, but goes back a long time in terms of its history.
So missed that Jet 2 A321 that just landed, didn't mention it coming from Ibiza. It was flight LS, Jet 2 flight 826. Just touching down is around a 737-800, their flight FR35 from Bratislava.
Be in the sky. Yeah, that one's just landed.
You've got to be careful with kids.
42 aircraft
We
in the
pushed
nice
into
and
the
there
one
fleet now.
before.
Nom.
Yeah, that comes up with the top quiz, who's the senior hoisted there. It's a splendid ladies and gentleman called Bobby Newell Foggerson.
Not that bit, that bit. Right. Oh, it's okay. You got drink?
I think his sandwich is a little bit stale. That's why he's yeah. It's alright, Daddy, put it there. Go on, you need some more drink food. Stand it up. Stand up then.
Got you. You're going down?
We're not playing. We're going to watch the planes for a little bit. Busy.
Stay here, sweetheart.
I hear it.
Stay here.
No. I mean, he does listen sometimes, doesn't he? Not very often. But he does. Occasionally. Put it in your bag. I'm just going to put it in your bag here. Jeez, Clex. Where are you going? Daddy's not going there.
Stay here.
Daddy wants to watch the planes.
Just crossing the runway there, or about to cross the runway, is the Airbus 220, which sort of earlier on arrived from Paris Charles de Gaulle, and that's where it's actually returning to. The Air France national airline of France.
Can't go, there's too many big boys and girls. There's too many big boys and girls for you. Right, well then Daddy's not going on there. You're going to sit there. Stand up.
And just about to take the runway back 737 Max 8 of TUI. TUI go back
Just
to
go over there.
1923
Shall we go?
apparently, not doing flying, but it's a tourist organisation, that's where they started off. This one's inbound from Dubrovnik.
And if you want to go back even further into the history of TUI, I'm sure most of you remember it started off as Britannia Airways, and that was back in January 1962, but it changed various names, Thomson Airways after Britannia, and then became part of the TUI group in 2017. 69 aircraft in the TUI fleet, the TUI UK fleet, mixture of 737s and 787 Dreamliners. We've seen a lot of those today. Most of their Dreamliners are actually based here at Manchester. They've got 30 in total and 56 Boeing 737s. Also operate out at lots of UK airports. In fact, probably as a holiday airline operate more than even Jet2. Some of the airfields TUI operate to Aberdeen, Belfast, Birmingham, Bournemouth, Bristol, Cardiff, Dublin, if you want to count that, East Midlands, Edinburgh, Exeter, Glasgow, London, Gatwick and Stansted, Manchester, Newcastle and Norwich.
Radar on your own, there's a couple of good sites you can use. One is the Met Office, UK Met Office website. If you go to that, and their main website has got the precipitation maps, rainfall maps, radar maps and so on, and all the forecast details, better than the BBC one and the one you get on your smartphone. But another good site to look at is actually called Net Weather. That's NET Weather. It's free to use, and I'm not sure where it comes from. It's got a very good rainfall radar with slightly more detailed than the this one. And also there is a very strong forecast. So Net Weather is a site worth having a look at.
Just touched down, another business jet. This is flown in from Malaga. The aircraft's 18 years old. I think it's the most popular built business jet is the Cessna Citation. This same one's 18 years old, Cessna Citation 525B. Got 8 seats on board it. Not have a clue, don't know who they are. Let's say a business jet. Couple of EasyJet aircraft in the system. Just about to come home. Is locally based EasyJ 320. Been off to Gibraltar, flight 2268. Waiting to depart and waiting for his colleague to land is EasyJet flight 1985. A bit like Ryanair has subsidiaries, so do EasyJet. EasyJet, after Brexit, wanted a European registered aircraft, the one that was in the EU, and they formed EasyJet Europe, who are based in Austria. And this aircraft is an A319, 16 years old. It is Austrian registered at the moment. It's based in Milan, operating flights out of Milan, and that is where it will be departing to very shortly.
It's estimating on the ground at about 5 hours, well, almost 6 hours time. So the park will still be open around that time touches down.
So Steve mentioned about the shower to the northwest, and I mentioned about the pilot who'd spotted it, and then you're going to go around, wanted to go around my heading. Just about to go through, and we were hoping it was going to just pass to the north of us, but shouldn't last more than 5-10 minutes. Just touched down, right hitching the runway from Reyes is Jet 2 flight 930 737. Reyes, one of the smaller airports in Spain, just looking at how busy it is. About 20 departures a day from Reyes, and the busiest route is Manchester. Out of 140 departures, 18 of those during the week are to Manchester. All the flights there today, looking at some of the flights there this afternoon, or since 9:30 this morning. Flight to Paris show Ollie with Vueling, but the rest of them Jet 2 to Stansted, TUI to Manchester. There is Jet 2 to Edinburgh, Liverpool and Manchester. So Reyes and airfield dominated by UK flights.